So it's the end of February. I have not been in these colonies since February 14th. At that point, they got a little bit of pollen and some fondant as needed just to get them through cold snaps. We've got a little bit of warm weather, although it is pretty breezy. They're not real happy about it, but I do have a lot of activity today. I want to go through these colonies and check their status, see if they need anything. Do they all have laying queens? Do they have enough food? If they don't, then make adjustments as needed. Do they have enough room? Really, just that first of the season inspection, find out what we need to do, if we need to do anything. So we'll get a smoker going and get on it. It is a little bit windy today to be messing with them, but honestly, this is the first opportunity that I've really had. Some pretty good nectar coming in. Another one with a little splash of nectar on it. A little bit of everything on there. There's a lot of honey out here on the outside. Got a brood. And then right around this outside, lots of pollen. Front side of this has got some honey in it. This side has got some nectar in it. So they're pulling a little bit of nectar from somewhere. Looks like the honey's, left over. It's from overwinter. A lot of nectar on this one. A lot of eggs in here. Got some drone brood here. I'm gonna flip through here and see if I see any mites. Wow, good frame of eggs. Oh, she's laying this thing up. Uh-oh. I want you to look at there. Look at that. It's a charged queen cell right there already. It's kind of not even fair to them. I mean, they've been battling through some pretty nasty cold snaps and then extended rain and trapped in the hives, and weather hasn't been very cooperative. And then the first day that they get some real good sunshine out here, tearing apart the house. So a really good laying pattern. She's come back and filled that all in. Got bees hatching on the outside, like right here. So she started in a nice tight circle, and then she's gone all the way out to here. Got a little bit of pollen and honey on the outside edges. And then this progressive rings of age, this is where we're at now. These are starting to emerge. There's one chewing itself out there. These are hatching. She's gone back and laid in here. And then these are the next developing. There's another hatching right there. Very nice frame. Same scenario. On this outside edge, right about where right there, there's a hatching bee right there. There's another one right there. So these are the oldest on the outside. They're starting to chew themselves through. These girls right here are the this was the area of the first patch of brood that has since emerged, and she's gone back and filled, and then they've already been capped. These are the next layer, again hatched, laid back, but not filled yet because the growth or the age ring is kind of starting from the center, moving to the outside here. All right, I've seen all I need to see, really. We got a little burr comb on the bottom of that one. What it felt like. Well, it may just be that heavy. Yep, just that heavy. Lots of brood in this frame, both sides. To be honest, I think what I'm seeing so far, the majority of it is just now getting started. And I'm probably gonna stop going through hives unless it's one that I know. There are a couple down here that I know are fairly large. They're pretty big hives. I just want to go through those real quick, but I don't think I'm going to do any more individual assessments, as it's not really serving much purpose other than disrupting the hive. This being probably one of the strongest hives in the yard, I want to use these girls as kind of a metric to gauge to see what the outside limit is. We know there are some of the hives are going to be low, not a lot of growth in them. This should represent the other end of the spectrum, which is a bigger colony that we need to pay attention to, make sure they don't get starved out or something. These girls did not get a feeder before winter. They had that much honey left over. And most of this is probably honey, to be honest. Yep. Nice big solid sheets of honey in the top here. I'm just kind of looking through here to see if there's any brood up in the top. Doesn't look like there is. There's some pollen. So where they've eaten the honey, they've come back and replaced it with pollen. And I suspect right next door is going to be some brood, if not right below where that pollen is. Oh, yep, there we go. Perfect. Just a beautiful frame right here. That is textbook. You got honey on the outside. There are little bits of pollen, but there was a huge sheet of pollen just before this. And then this is all young. This is capped. This is the younger. This is the older. This is all capped over. This will be capped. As time progresses, these girls will hatch. Queen will come back and relay this. Same scenario here. It's perfect frame. Nothing wrong with that. There's a reason we grafted from her. Yeah, there's another perfect frame. This represents the first laid, capped, and emerged brood has come out, and now she's come back and relayed this again. You think of this in terms of ripples in a pond. So if she laid this first, that pond wave would work to its outside. Bunch of pollen again on the outside of the nest, so it's easily retrieved, and then probably some honey on the outside. Yep. Okay, so I'm not going to push any further. I didn't go through all the colonies. I started to go through all the colonies, but they were they're just not at a point where they need to be messed with. This is really the first decent, quote-unquote decent weather that they've had, and I don't want to challenge them any more than I have to, which leads me to believe that we're still early. We're right on track, really, for a good spring. Nothing to worry about, which is why I stopped going through the colonies, because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to disrupt them any more than I have to, especially when there's no gain. They have some food. They have pollen patties. They have fondant. They have a little bit of a flow going on. I can see nectar in most of them that they're carrying out. I see pollen coming in the front door, and they've stacked quite a bit of it in the frames. I just need to step back and let them do their thing for a little bit. I would expect in the next 2 to 3 weeks we will be fairly intense. So we want to be on top of that. Here in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be out here for sure within the next 2 weeks. And start looking at additional boxes, cutting down frames of brood to most likely 4 to 5 frames. Take the excess off of the bigger ones, do some equalizing where I see fit. If it's just a terrible colony, this is not going to grow. I'm not going to fool with that. But if it is a colony that's just needing a little bump to get started in the right direction, I don't mind doing that. When we start to see we have good drone populations starting to walk around on frames, then we'll get serious about getting some grafting done and some splits done.